How did a Town Hall 6 get to Legend League? How does a Town Hall 7 beat a Town Hall 13? Let's find out in today's episode. What is going on, fellow fans of Clash of Clans? It is your host, Galadon, with an exciting Clash of Clans video today. It's true, it has happened. Mr. Smit, Town Hall 6, has made it to Legend League. A Town Hall 6 player facing impossible odds, battling clouds up to 22 hours a day, has made it all the way to Legend League and joined the elite few Town Hall pushers that have done, well, they've achieved numbers well beyond what the game ever designed or expected them to. So we're going to cover not only Mr. Smit, but a few other amazing players. And of course, you may have thought that low Town Hall level trophy pushing was dead. And for the most part, beyond 5,000 trophies, it really is. Ever since the new Legend League came into play, there's really no way to push yourself that much higher any longer. You know, you get to Legend League and you face non-stop barrages of Town Hall 12s, and you're going to get minus 320 pretty much guaranteed on your very first day in Legend League if you're anything but a nearly maxed out Town Hall 13. So it's just a matter of how low can we go, how low Town Hall levels can get to high trophy levels, and we're looking at it right here. So yes, you'll notice an interesting fact, and that is that Mr. Smit, Town Hall 6, who, when I recorded this footage, was in the clan Savage 7, is actually attacking a player from the clan Savage 7 in this footage. And that is what makes this kind of different, interesting, or whatever you want to call it. Obviously, there's going to be a reaction down in the comments, and you guys are welcome. Everybody has their opinions about this. Just remember one thing, okay? I've told you this before, I'll tell you again. Opinions are like butts. Everybody has one, and they all stink. Okay, so I'm just saying, you may or may not see this as worthwhile. You may or may not see it as how the game is designed or whatever, but the fact remains that these lower level Town Hall players are having a blast pushing as high as they can. And you'll see that again and again and again. What you might have expected at the beginning of this video was that you're going to see a bunch of Town Hall 6, 7 players attacking 13s. And the interesting fact is that the algorithm of the game that the Clash of Clans team has designed has made that pretty much a white whale, okay? That is not going to happen out in the wild. The game does its best to match Town Hall levels with other similar Town Hall levels, and I've actually even seen that on my recent drop by my Town Hall 13, all the way down to sub 1,000 trophies. That's for a future episode, but I'm just telling you, way down there, under, like, I'm down to like 500 trophies on my maxed out Town Hall 13. I have seen Town Hall 9s, which is crazy to find somebody 4 Town Hall levels lower than me, but you'll notice that the game does its best to match you first, of course, with anybody that's at or near your own Town Hall level. So what has happened to Mr. Smit was he repeatedly found players from Savage 7, and Savage 7, the clan, pretty much dominates when it comes to low-level Town Hall players that are pushing high trophies. If you are one of those guys, you probably have heard of or you're a member of Savage 7. And even if you're a member, you often are leaving the clan in order to try to find players to attack because there's so few. And this is what Mr. Smit reported, that it was hours and hours and hours of clouds, sometimes many, many hours, entire days between finding a player to attack. So it's funny, the old Legend League clouds that so many of us 5,000 plus players used to see, well, they exist down here. So Mr. Smit, first of all, I have to say, shout out to Mr. Smit, Town Hall 6. It is crazy what he has done with his account. And I want to say, you guys should check him out on Instagram, all right, Gaming Smit, and on YouTube, Smit Gaming. Also, make sure you guys check out Savage 7 on YouTube, Savage 7 COC, and on Instagram, also known as Savage 7 COC. So I wanted to thank those guys for letting me join. It was a lot of fun. It is crazy to see accomplishments like this happen, firsts in the game. Here we are nearly 8 years into Clash of Clans, and we're still seeing new things happen. And I have to admit that part of this probably becomes out of boredom, right? I mean, there's only so much you can do within the game before you want to do something different. Now we're taking a look at, yes, this is Dylan trying to hit one of my, if you watched, yesterday's video, the impossible bases, this was one of the unbeatable Town Hall 13s. Now, very nearly maxed out. I'm like 97% maxed out on this account. This is a look at how a player that's a lower Town Hall level could succeed in taking a star from a higher level base. And this also applies, and we'll see this in just a couple of minutes later on in the video, going against, say, a Town Hall 10. It is entirely possible to do it, although I will say, of course, this is one of the world's toughest bases, right? Yeah, even though you guys did say, as I recall in the comments, that you could beat this base with your eyes closed. I'm pretty sure I saw that like 743 times. So yes, picking off buildings around the outside, trying to get there when you're this low does work. Rushing the Town Hall, just not really going to happen in almost every case. You've got little baby level 2 dragons here. And this is, of course, this is a Town Hall 7 going after a 13, not a Town Hall 6. We will see that in just a moment as well. But also, check this one out. Okay, so again, going back to the algorithm of the Clash of Clans game itself, trying to match you with as close to your Town Hall as possible. Here is the story of a Town Hall 6 pusher getting attacked by none other than a Town Hall 4 pusher. So yes, this is Gabby from the clan. I don't know if that's Deutschland or what that might be. I probably just mauled that name. But yes, this is a Town Hall 4 trying desperately to get a win from a Town Hall 6 because the 4 has pushed all the way to Crystal 2 and then matched with Mr. Smith, who is in Titan 1 at the time. So oh my gosh, it's crazy to see the variety and the weirdness when you match stuff like this. It's the same idea of my Town Hall 13 dropping. Suddenly, everything is strange but true. But check out the skeletons as they've spread out the base completely. The witch from the defensive CC puts an end to Gabby's attempt, and a great job done there on defense by Mr. Smith, although he didn't pick up a trophy. So again, shout out to Mr. Smith, who actually has multiple accounts. Check out his Town Hall 10 that has been to 5,785 trophies. He also has a Town Hall 9 that has been to Legend League. And shout out to all my fellow fans of Clash of Clans from India. Mr. Smith, of course, is from India, proudly representing his country. If you check his home base, it is a country base right now as well, which is pretty epic. So thank you guys again for letting me visit Savage 7. It was a lot of fun. And here we go. So here is a Savage 7 member, a Town Hall 7 player with a little level 5 Barbarian King, level 2 Dragons, going up against a big, bad Town Hall 10. Right, so the Town Hall 10, of course, is pushing himself, El Professor, all the way up to Titan 1 as a Town Hall 10, which is pretty ridiculous in and of itself. But imagine Wild Wolf now, way down in Champion, getting matched with a player in Titan and trying to go in and grab, well, at least a star, if not 2. In this case, you could see that the idea was to get to the Town Hall. Now, in many cases, especially against a centered Town Hall base, these players are just going to go for the 50% around the outside. They can find those unprotected structures, pick them off with the archers or the minions, use the dragons and the rage and the king to get in, maybe get a couple of key defenses out of the way. Also, the clan castle loons make a big difference because they can clear entire regions of a base of defenses, and then in come the archers to pick off free buildings. Right here, Wild Wolf doing his best to get the Town Hall funnel done, clearing all of the buildings out of the way. Remember, of course, the dragons are going to target anything, so he has to be careful about this funnel. And then I was watching this replay thinking, all right, so then he's just going to dump in all 4 dragons, right? No, he only sends in 2. Okay, this is the sign of a pure pro low-level Town Hall pusher, because he knew he only needed to send in these 2 dragons against the Teslas right there to get the Town Hall down, because you never know, right? He could try to get the 2nd star for damage, because no doubt as a champion player attacking a Titan player, this was an absolutely massive trophy offering. It ends up being just 1 star, but check it out. He picks up 18 trophies. That would have been a 54 or 55 trophy offer for a 3-star. Okay, once again, we let some more Savage 7 players try at the best bases in the world. Recognize this, Linnade's other pro base. But notice here, as we watched the attack live, you can click on the defenses and see the range, and you can see precisely what Epic Boy was doing right here. And this is knowledge, okay? This is vast knowledge of the game and knowing exactly what the range of an archer tower or a mortar or a wizard tower or a cannon is, because obviously as an attacker, you can't do that. As a viewer, as a watcher of the attack, we could. And so that was fun to see exactly how precise he was in placing those. And then, okay, so the CC pretty much ended things right there. It came out and it's going to go after everybody, and Epic Boy not able to pick up the 1 star. So I'm telling you, I warned you guys yesterday that these bases were unbeatable, and this is obvious proof right here that these bases cannot be beaten. Now, of course, while I was in Savage 7, a few of the players invited me to attack their bases, and while, of course, we know that me attacking a low level like this is impossibly easy, you know what else is impossibly easy? That's right, you guessed it, it's using code Galadon. It is so simple. You click on settings, you click on more settings, you scroll all the way to the bottom of the page. There you can find a little button that says enter code. You type in Galadon, and that is how you help me help you by funding the Gold Pass giveaways and charity giving, because Supercell sends me about 5% of what you spend on gems, packages, and Gold Passes for the next 7 days. But remember, you have to re-enter the code every 7 days. All right, so yes, it was a lot of fun to get in there and attack a lower level town hall with a queen charge and nothing else and take it down. It was a lot of fun to hang out with these guys at Savage 7. And I have to say, if you guys want to come hang out, chat with me, ask questions, attack me, or be attacked by me, maybe a great place to do it would be Facebook Gaming. That's right, fb.gg/real Galadon Gaming, where I am live streaming through the whole COVID thing, self-isolation, quarantine, social distancing. We are on day 81 in a row. So come on by and I will be live tonight. All right, so one more time, shout out to Savage 7. Just take a look at these guys though, okay? Notice how many Legend League players they have, and notice that, of course, these are not like Town Hall 13s, okay? As we go through just the top few players, they are a bunch of Town Hall 7s. So they've been around for years. I mean, I can remember the old days of Clash of Clans back, you know, when clouds were clouds and Legend League before Operation Blue Skies, right? These guys were in their heyday back then. But apparently they're going strong right now. There's Mr. Smith hanging out with the Town Hall 7s, feeling right in place because so many of them have the Titan and the Legend League badges. So many of them have been so high. So despite the changes in the game, we see that Town Hall pushing, low-level Town Hall pushing still exists, and it's exciting for some people. So does it make me want to do it? Well, I tell you guys what, I'm actually going to go ahead and take my Town Hall 2 and push to Legend League. I think that we should go ahead and do it. I think that maybe over the next couple of days, maybe in the live streams, I will push my Town Hall 2, we'll go ahead and hit Legend League, and then retire that account at Legend and let it lead the Town Hall 2 Legends clan. So make sure you come by a live stream if you want to join that clan. In the meantime, you made it all the way to the end of the episode. That means you're the true hashtag Galafam. I love, think about, appreciate every single one of you every single day. So stay inside, wash your hands, be kind, be blind as a planet. I'll see you back here again tomorrow for more full attacks.
Galadon, I'm not impressed. I'll take your Town Hall 1 to 6,000.